Good morning, everyone. Myself, Janish Shah. I'm assistant professor at LJ College of Engineering and Technology. So, this is our third lecture. In our previous lecture, we studied about the time complexity, right? About the algorithm analysis, how the algorithm analysis will be done. Okay. So, as far as our previous lecture concerned, that algorithm analysis can be done by two things. The first one is a space complexity and second one is a time complexity. Space complexity, it means that how much amount of space occupied by an algorithm in the memory. Suppose if your algorithm has three variables, right? Like integer a, float b, character c. I'm repeating it. Integer a, float b, character c. Integer occupies 2 bytes, float occupies 4 bytes, character occupies 1 byte. 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1. So how many bytes total? 7 bytes. So 7 bytes occupied by an algorithm. Fine. It will be considered as a space complexity. But what about the time complexity? So the time complexity, it means that the amount of time taken by an algorithm. Okay. So the amount of time taken by an algorithm for the execution is known as time complexity. Okay. In our last lecture, I have given you one example of time complexity, but before that, I told you the some about the things which are depend on the analysis of algorithm. Okay. So the first one is the arithmetic operation. Students, arithmetic operations means what? Any operation like a plus b, c plus d, 3 minus 4, 5 minus 6, these all operations are known as arithmetic operations. Fine. Okay. Now another thing is that the conditions like if a greater than 20, if b greater than 30, or while a less than 5, moving out to the loop. Okay, so these all condition statements are also considered in time complexity. Then looping, like for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, printf India. How many times India will going to be print? 5 times, because the loop executed 5 times. Okay, students, have you listened something? The loop executed how many times? 5 times. 5 times. That means the complexity of that loop is 5. Is that clear? So the looping statement is also be considered in time complexity, and the number of array elements accessed is also considered in time complexity. Okay, now let me show you the last example very frequently. So the basic example of time complexity, here we have one example like integer a. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, a is equal to a plus I. Students, write each and every statement execution time. Okay, so here declaration of integer steps, make one table, first one, first column contains steps, the second column contains the frequency count of that particular step. Okay, so here the first variable, first step is integer a. Write down integer a. The frequency count of integer a is 1. Now in for loop, I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0 is initialized how many times? Only one time. Okay, so I is equal to 0, frequency count is 1. Now I less than n, I less than n, I less than n, that means I less than 5, I less than 3, I less than n. Okay, this condition, sorry, wait for a minute, this condition will be executed how many times? Okay, now let me clear. If I have I less than 5, I less than 5, then my statement, this condition will be checked 5 times. First, 0 less than 1, 0 less than 2, sorry, 1 less, 0 less than 5, 1 less than 5, 2 less than 5, 3 less than 5, 4 less than 5. Now 5 less than 5 condition will be false. 5 less than 5 condition will be false. So this statement will be executed how many times? 6 times. If n is equal to 5, then statement will be executed 6 times. If n is equal to 7, the statement will be executed 8 times. Here n will be n, so statement will be executed n plus 1 times. Fine. N times true condition plus 1 time is a false condition. The I plus plus will be executed n times. A is equal to A plus I. India, printf India, how many times will be executed if n is equal to 5? 5 times. That means here n is n, then A is equal to A plus I will be executed n times. Now what we did, we just do addition of this all things, like 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3, n plus n plus n, 3n. So the total will be 3n plus 3. Students, in my last lecture I didn't show you this fn and time complexity, but here I am showing it that fn is equal to 3n plus 3. Here whatever the total will become is known as function of n. What is known as function of n? So here function of n, f of n is equal to 3n plus 3. Fine. The time complexity is O of n. What is O? We will see it later. But I told you that each and everything is considered as a worst case, right? Each and everything is most probably considered as a worst case, because in worst situation, always performance measured. If I have 3 hours and I need to prepare for my lecture, so I my performance will be tested over that in 3 hours how much efficient I performed in front of few people. Okay, so each and every time what we consider worst case. So notation for the worst case is O, big O. Okay, so O of n is equal to n. So why we consider only n instead of 3n plus 3? Because we always remove the constants. Okay, ignore the constants, 3 n. We just need to focus on the n. Okay, so O of n is equal to n. Fine. Now moving forward, basic time complexity. See here, the simple loop. It is very easy to understand the complexity of loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than an I plus plus, you just need to do step 1, step 2. Step 1 for I is equal to 0, step 2 I less than n, step 3 I plus plus, and step 4 for hello. I'm repeating it. Step 1 for I is equal to 0, step 2 for I less than n, step 3 for I plus plus, and step 4 for hello. After adding all this, but what is the main equation? Where we focus? The main part or main heart of the function. What is the main heart of the function? Printf hello, because that's a statement will be executed most of time. It will be executed how many times? N times. That's why the single for loop time complexity is O of n. Okay, fine. Now next is, okay, now the simple loop with jump. Okay, see the simple loop with jump, that I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus is equal to t 2. So here the I variable will be jumped by 2 points. I is 0, then 2, then 4, then 6. So this statement will be executed. If n is equal to 6, then 3 times. Fine. N is equal to 10, then 5 times. And if n is equal to n, then n by 2 times. Is that clear? So the time complexity is O of n by 2. Now, logarithmic complexity. See, here the changing of I, okay, the iterative portion of I is I star is equal to 2. The increment or decrement portion is I star is equal to 2. So the time complexity O of log n. Now, quadratic loop. If I have two loop, nested loop for inside the 4, then this, see, this portion, let me show you something. Screen, pointer option, pen. Okay. Now, see, this portion will be executed n times. Okay. Inside of this for loop, this function will be executed also n times. So this n both becomes n square. So the time complexity of this is n square. Okay. Now next is, okay, so the quadratic loop. The quadratic loop with O of n log n. O of n log n. Fine. So the O of n log n. How it will be O of n log n? Because the outer side loop, this outer side loop, this will be executed n times. Fine. And the inside of this loop, this printf hello will be executed log n times. See here. Here it is a division, but here it's a multiplication. Whenever it comes, the I, like in with division or multiplication, the complexity will be log n. Okay, so the log n, the inner portion is log n, the outer portion will be n, so both multiplied by n log n. Fine. So these are the basic time complexity of looping structure. Fine. So now the next topic is performance measurement or asymptotic notation. Fine. The previous topic is performance analysis. This is performance measurement with asymptotic notations. Students, for each and every cases like best case, worst case, and average case, we have some asymptotic notations. So what do you mean by the asymptotic notations? It's a mathematical representation of algorithms complexity. Fine. Three notations are there. First one is omega, that shows base case. Second one is theta, that shows average case. And the third one is BCO, that shows the worst case. Now the thing is, sir, what do you mean by the base case, average case, and worst case? I have already studied you in my previous lecture that taking one array. I'm taking one array. Here in array, we have elements like 10, 20, 30, 40, up to 100. Now, if I want to search 10, then how many comparisons I want to do? Only one comparison. That's a base case. If I want to search 50, then how many comparisons I want to do? First one is 50 with 10. No. 50 with 20, 30, 40, 50 with 50. So I will get the answer at fifth comparison, right? That will become my average case. Okay. Now, if I want to find out the 100 from the array, I need to search and compare each and every element of the array. That means if array consists of 10 elements, then I need to compare 10. So if array contains n elements, I need to compare n elements. That's why the time complexity or such type of thing will become O of n, and that worst case time complexity will be measured by big O notation. Fine. So here the thing is that the first case is base case. Notation for the base case is omega. That shows the lower bound of algorithm. Student, that shows lower bound of algorithm. That above this, below this, the algorithm always works as a base case. Fine. Okay. Now the next is describe the base case. What shows omega? Omega shows the base case of time complexity. Here we have two different equations, f of n and g of n. If I want to compare myself, okay, then I can compare with some another person. So here f of n, the equation that we have, g of n, that's the equation that another have. Okay, we are comparing fn with gn. Okay, so here f of n always should be less than g of n. That's why it shows the lower bound. Okay, see here f of n is always greater than or equal to c g of n. So f of n is equal to omega g of n. Here c is a constant and is greater than or equal to n of 0, n0. C is greater than 0 and n0 is greater than or equal to 1. So what is c, what is n0? I will explain you with one example. Okay, fine. Taking f of n is equal to 3n plus 2 and g of n is equal to n. Okay, now if I want to do asymptotic notation performance measurement with base case, then the function should be like this: f of n is equal to omega g of n. Okay, it need to be satisfy the condition. What are the conditions for this function? Conditions are f of n is greater than c g of n. Okay, that should be satisfied, and n is greater than n0 where c is greater than 0. Okay, now for this what I need to do, condition will be satisfied only if c is equal to 1. Put c is equal to 1 over here and n is equal to 1. Okay, so see, f of n is equal to 3n plus 2. So f of 1 is equal to 3 plus 2. F of 1 is equal to 3 plus 2. Replace n by 1. Okay, f of 1 is equal to 3 plus 2 becomes 5, and g of n is equal to 1. Okay, the 5 is always greater than 1. Okay, so c is equal to 1 and n greater than or equal to 1, the condition will be satisfied. See the graph of this asymptotic notation, time versus input. Okay, that this f of n graph is always up. to Cg of n. Fine. Okay. Now moving forward to the next topic. Perform one measurement analysis for the asymptotic notation average case. Students, just compare base case and average case. In base case, the notation is omega. In average case, the notation is theta. Okay. And in base case shows lower bound and average case shows average bound. So here the function f of n is lies between the two graph. First one is C1 g of n and second one is a C2 g of n. So what will our condition? Condition is C1 g of n is less than or equal to f of n is less than or equal to C2 g of n. Fine. Here C1 and C2 both are greater than 0. Okay. Then the function f of n theta g of n will be satisfied. Taking an example, same example, f of n is equal to 3n plus 2. Then g of n is equal to n. Now, if f of n is equal to theta g of n, this condition will be satisfied only when C1 g of n is less than or equal to f of n is less than or equal to C2 g of n. Okay. So what we need to do? We need to do find three things: n, value of n, value of C1, and value of C2. Value of n should be greater than or equal to n0, and C1 and C2 both greater than 0. See, here I am taking C1 as 1, C2 as 4, and as 2, greater than or equal to 2. Then and this condition will be satisfied. How? Put C1 1 over here. Okay, the 1 and n will be greater than or equal to 2. So 1 into 2 becomes 2, less than or equal to 3 into 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 less than or equal to, here 2 becomes 4. So 4 into 2, 4 into 2, 1. Sorry, 4 into 2, 8. That means here is 2 less than or equal to 8, less than or equal to 8. Fine. Okay. So where n's value is greater than or equal to 2, at that time only this condition will be satisfied. Okay. What we need to do in the exam, we just need to find out the proper value of C1, C2 and n. Sir, what we give, we have f of n and g of n. We just need to find according to the asymptotic notation the value of C1, C2 and n. Okay. Moving forward, the last topic is BIGO. BIGO shows the upper bound. Okay. So here BIGO shows the upper bound of the algorithm. Okay. Just wait for a minute. Okay. So students, here we can see that in worst case, the CG of n graph is upper of f of n. How it is possible? Because that shows the big O. It means the worst case. In worst case, the f of n is always less than CG of n. Okay. The worst case shows the upper bound of an algorithm. It is noted by the big O notation. Fine. So here the f of n is equal to 3n plus 2. G of n is equal to n. And what we need to prove is f of n is equal to OG of n. For that, this condition should be satisfied. The condition is f of n is less than or equal to CG of n. Okay. So the condition will be satisfied that must satisfy like f of n is less than or equal to CG of n when C is equal to 4 and n is greater than or equal to 2. Sir, in exam, how we can say directly the C is equal to 4? Students, you just need to do what? Start n is equal to 1. See, here n0 is always greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So start n with greater than or equal to 1. Okay. Put n f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, f of 4. Okay. And C, start C with 1. C is equal to 1, C is equal to 2, C is equal to 3, C is equal to 4. After putting that value, you just need to do what is the first condition where f of n is less than C or equal to CG of n will be done. Okay. So 3n plus 2 is equal to O of n. This condition will be satisfied only and only when C is equal to 4 and n is greater than or equal to 2. Is that clear? So in this lecture, we studied about the asymptotic notation and time complexity. There are three types of asymptotic notations are there. First one is omega, theta, and BIGO. Omega shows the base case, theta shows the average case, indigo shows the worst case. Fine. What we need to do, we just need to show the three graphs. Okay, that cases what they shows, like that shows upper bound, lower bound, or average bound, and the condition of this asymptotic notations. Fine. So here we are completing at the our first chapter. So the first unit, which is known as introduction of data structure. In that, the topic is algorithm analysis, performance analysis of algorithm, and performance measurement of algorithm using asymptotic notations. Students, if you have any query, then feel free to contact me through WhatsApp or call. Okay. Till that, please keep learning,